Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we've got the Duna or Bust, and we've got Fonvigen is flying Disconnected Soul, ideally all the way up to Duna, and we start off with the Poodle here turned off. These solids are going to get us up to the point where the Poodle can get some work in, and this thing just has just enough fuel to get into space. In 3, 2, 1, launch. Not much to watch really with this craft, so I'm just going to cut right to the solid booster separation. Goodbye. Now we have terrible thrust to weight. Our thrust to weight is 0.83, but that's okay because we're already sailing pretty high up. Our apoapsis is at 37. We're pegged at about the 45-degree mark, which I will stay at, just to keep our time to apoapsis somewhere around a minute. I don't really definitely want to go under, say, 30 seconds or so. Once we get above 30 here, I'll ditch the fairings, and then I'll show you the ship. There we go. Goodbye fairings. Pretty simple ship. It's got the lander up here. This is what's going to take them to Duna and come back. And that's really it. It's like I said, it's quite a simple ship. But first of all, it has to get up into the atmosphere, get up into orbit, and dock with our space station. So I'll be back when we get this guy into orbit, and I'll show you how much fuel he has left. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm getting this guy into orbit. I actually am doing quite well. In my testing, I test launched this thing a couple times, and I was usually around 300 meters per second when I got into orbit. So I obviously did better this time. Practice makes perfect, I guess. I had a better trajectory. Whoops. Oh, Kerbin Duna transfer point. Yes, I know about that. It's actually in 6 hours. So we have 6 hours to get this guy docked up with the refueling station, which is not here. It's right here. So we are in front of it, which is the worst place to be right now. So let's go ahead and burn our apoapsis up to, say, 150 or so. We can't use up all our fuel, obviously. 175, that looks good to me. Now, at this apoapsis, we are going to burn our periapsis up so that we meet it right here. But this is all the boring stuff, so I'll do this all off camera, and I will come back when I am docking with the station. Okie doke, we are 100 meters away. I actually passed by it. I'm going to actually switch over to it, because we need to make sure we're aiming at the correct docking port. And that's one of these docking ports. So I'm going to right-click this guy, and then when I come over here, he's going to remain right-click. That's a nice trick. And then I'm going to set that as my target. Then I'm going to open up this. Then I'm going to control from here. Now that target, I should have a little red plus somewhere. And I have no idea where it is. It's there, so there should be another one. Oh, it's right there. It's like hidden kind of by the thing. But I need to get this red plus up over there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to aim myself this way. Burn a little bit, not too much. I don't want to use up too much fuel. I've only got 389 meters per second, which is really, when the whole vast scheme of things, it's plenty. But no sense wasting all my fuel here. I also did not bring any monopropellant. Actually, I think I did bring monopropellant, but I didn't bring any RCS jets. Yep, I brought monopropellant because I'm stupid. But we're going to hit F5. We're going to aim at our target. We're going to go into locked mode. There we go. We're going to aim at our target. I think this is close enough. Just going to get heading right at it. At 0.3 meters per second. Should be perfectly fine. I'm actually going to cheat it this way so that it wanders back the other way. Maybe cheat it this way a little bit. Wish I had monoprop, to be honest. There's really no reason why I couldn't have thrown a couple monoprop things on there, considering I am going to be docking a couple times in this mission. I plan on having to refuel at Duna as well as Kerbin. Okay, when we get 10 meters away, I'm going to slow down. Okay. All I want to do is hit the docking port. I'm watching this right here. Okay, turn off the computer. Let magnetism do its thing. That's all it takes. Now this guy should already be filled up, as should these guys. They are good. Sadly, the monoprop tanks are full on this guy, so I can't dump his monoprop off, but oh well. What are you going to do? Okay, now all we have to do is disconnect now that we've refueled. Thrust away a little bit. Just so we're wandering away from him. And now we need to plan our Duna burn, which is going to be... It's going to be next orbit, probably. I'm just going to get this thing set up here. Okay, there's our encounter marker, and there's our encounter. Perfect. Okay. So that's in one orbit. We could probably bring the orbit back and do it right now, but no sense wasting the time here. And note this is going to take a grand of delta V, and in our current stage, we have 2.4 grand. So we got plenty. We are going to hit the X key in 3, 2, 1, mark. We're actually going to be a lot closer to the fuel depot than I thought, but yeah, we'll be fine. Bye-bye. And I had talked about sending a plane to Duna, and then I started building a plane, and I remembered that I hate planes, so I stopped and decided to just do a rocket. I don't think I'm ever going to really enjoy building planes in this game. Or flying them, really. I mean, flying them, like, just little dinky things is fun. Like, just tooting around Kerbin, but as soon as you have to, like, get them into orbit and things like that, I lose out all interest in it. Okay, we can fix the rest at the ascending node here. And I definitely don't need to plan it this much. I'm just gonna, I think that's fine, and we can tweak it once we get it done. 13 meters per second well spent, I think. And let's bring up the alarm clock now and see what is the next thing to happen. Other than the Duna or bus leaving the sphere of influence, the next thing is the Joule Sciencer is going to, I believe, get to Joule. So I'm going to cut out here, and I will come back when the Joule Sciencer is doing whatever it's doing. Okay, the Joule Sciencer here is now in Joule Sphere of Influence. The second ship ever to be in Joule Sphere of Influence, the first one being the Elu ship for some crazy reason. Now, this guy has a lot to do. He just needs to come in and hit Tylo and swing way out to here. Now, when he's out here, this kind of thing is really hard to do this crazily. Because of the way the maneuver nodes work, or the way the thing works. But I think we can do this. Oh, no, we can't. We need this to be out farther. There you go. That gets all these, see, and it's too far, it's too low. That's because we're doing it at the descending node of this thing, when we should really be doing it at the descending node of this thing, which it's not telling me, which is annoying, because I don't have a complete orbit around Joule. So you know what? I can actually defer this until after our Tylo encounter, which isn't even next. This guy has a Tylo encounter in 55 days. It's actually after... That's crazy. It's after the Duna or Bust and the Discovery 1. So let's go ahead and jump to those guys and take care of them in the meantime. Seems like we were just at this ship. Probably because we were. Okay, 30 seconds isn't going to matter, so I'm just going to do the burn now. Yeah, so we got an encounter with Ike, which is crazy. Although, not all that crazy, I suppose. Okay, so we can tweak this now when we actually get into Sphere of Influence. So we'll worry about that later. 241 days from now. That's quite a long time. Let's just add a maneuver here like this, just so we remember not to kill ourselves. Exciting things are afoot. We're getting stuff done. We're going to find a monolith. I don't know where Jewel is. Should be catching up to us from this direction, though. Yep, there's Jewel. That's right where the target is. And I can actually do Discovery 1's burn, I think, unless... Yeah, I could do it now if I wanted to, so I'm going to, because it'll save a little bit of fuel. Yeah, he's going to be here in 16 minutes and here in 27, so we're going to come around, we're going to swing by lathe, and get our periapsis down as low as we possibly can. That's the goal. And this guy has monoprop, so we can use monoprop to tweak it once we get close. Actually, no, that's a collision with lathe. We can't collide with lathe. We need to at least have a periapsis around lathe. I'm watching this for us to come out of lathe here. Okay, there's our lathe periapsis, 76. Lathe's atmosphere height is 50. So whatever that was, 106 or 76 or whatever, is perfectly fine. So we're going to delete this maneuver node. And then this is it. We're coming in, passing by lathe, and then getting into this orbit. Now, once we get up here to our apoapsis, we're going to have to slow down. We're also 0.3 away. Let's go ahead and fix that out here, because this is going to be the cheapest it's ever going to be. Is right here. Descending node of negative 0.3, so let's make it positive or 0. And then out here, then we're going to bring our node down to match that guy's apoapsis. And then here, I'm doing all this at once because I want to see if we have the fuel for it. It would kind of suck if we didn't. Then we're going to bring ourselves down to Jewel. I do not want to aerobrake. I brought the fuel so I wouldn't have to aerobrake. Okay. At least I think I did. Yeah, I don't know what this is telling me, but this is wrong. It's going to take 2,000, give or take, to get down. Another 500. So we're talking, not really 2,000. We're talking 18 and 6 is 24, and then a tiny amount. So 24. And we've got 46. So we are good. And at some point, we're going to lose the big butt on this guy. But that is perfectly fine. That's what we expected. Oh, we should have completed a contract. Oh, no, we haven't gotten in orbit around Jewel yet. As soon as we get in orbit around Jewel, do we have a scientist? Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and take these readings here. Okay, so go ahead and hop back in. We are good to go. And the next thing to happen is a Jewel Sciencer, so let's go ahead and take care of him. Another bit of a potpourri episode, but it's a potpourri episode at Jewel, which is always fun. Okay, this guy's going to loop around Tylo here. Yeah, we're looping him around Tylo so we can do that eventual burn, but we're not going to know what kind of burn that's going to be until we get past Tylo. Okay, we're going to have a new bevy of experiments to do and transmit off, which is always nice. Where's Tylo? There he is. We might even get low over Tylo, but I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get that low. Don't know where Tylo went. Missed the flyby doing science, but that's what you do. Okay, now we're out of Tylo's sphere of influence. So now, using the magic of Kerbal Alarm Clock, I can restore this maneuver node. And then now we actually can see our ascending node and descending node of this orbit around Jewel, so we can actually plan for it. Now, what we have here is this is where our ascending and descending nodes are. So we actually want to do this maneuver. Ugh, I think we lost the maneuver. We did. Because the game is awesome. Okay, we're going to do the maneuver right here. Okay, so we have 723 meters per second. And then when we get here, we're going to need to burn down. This is deciding if we can do the bop encounter or not. Probably not based on this. 703 to get here. Or 722 to get here and 13. We do not have the meters per second to do this. Yeesh. So, instead, we're going to delete this maneuver node. And this one. And we're going to think. We will have another lathe encounter eventually. Or Tylo, I'm sorry. If we set that as our target, if we add a maneuver node here, we're going to be really close on the next orbit. If we just tweak our burn a little bit. Ugh. That is crazy. Okay, see that kind of thing right there is very intriguing because that's going to cut off a lot of the meters per second it's going to take to burn down to this guy. However, it's going to increase the meters per second it's going to take to fix our orbit out here. So let's just see what it would take right here. I guess we don't have that option. So you gonna let me do it now? I love this game. They said they're gonna fix patched conics. One thing actually to pay attention to here. We focus on Tylo. Yeah, this is not a collision with Tylo, which is important. Yeah, something like that is the best we can do now. And I think we can commit to that. I think we can, because that's going to only cost like less than a meter per second probably. So we can commit to that, although now it's 15 meters per second. Who knows how much it's going to end up being. The act of turning the vessel is changing the prediction. Watch the dance. Everybody loves the dance. At least I do. Oh, and here comes lathe. Bam! We are in lathe's sphere of influence. We are the first people ever. Temperature, mystery goo, materials, gravity, crew, and atmospheric pressure. And we just have a nice flyby of lathe here, and it's going to be a really nice one. So other than the science we're going to have to take, should be a nice, easy run here. There's our next set. Okay, work is done. Let's go ahead and fly right over the top of lathe and right over into our Joule orbit. Completing our contract. And do I have to build a new station that has an antenna, a docking port, and can generate power? It can generate power. It has a docking port. Or does it? Oh, no. You know what? It does not have a docking port. Because I dumped the docking port on the other vessel. And I actually did that on purpose because I knew I wasn't going to be doing very many burns, and I was supposed to carry that all the way to Joule and then dump it when I was done. That's a mistake. That's my mistake. I'm going to eat it. I did not complete this contract. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. What am I going to do? Okay. We still got our burns to do here. Precise node. Let's see if... yeah, none of this changed. So, the next thing to happen is this burn. Let's go ahead and get Discovery 1 over there. Okay, 11 meters per second. Nice, easy burn here. Okay. Should be good. Let's go ahead and change this guy's time a little bit to make sure we've got that. Yeah, but we're not actually doing it here, though. That was just to see how much it costs. What we want to do here is we want to burn down to meet him right about there. Actually, ideally we want to do it. There we go. This is better. I'm going to burn to meet him there. Sadly, that's outside the sun's purview, but what are you going to do? This is a 548 meter per second burn. Surprisingly low, to be honest. We still have a grand in this stage, which means this guy's going to probably see us all the way to the monolith. I'm actually starting to think about sending these guys to pole. They might have the Delta V. We'll look at it. We'll see what happens. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's 541. This is 541. We have another maneuver node. So no, we're probably not going to pole. I forgot that I had 2 maneuver nodes set up here. It's not pulling fuel out of these guys at all. No. Okay, good. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, 1295. That's closer to what I was expecting. And yeah, we're going to burn through this guy and one of the asparagus stages that we're going to dump off of the other guy. All planned for. 3, 2, 1, 0, burn. Gotta watch this. This is also going to be loud because these are 48 7S's. I'm already prepared. Turning my headphones down. I'll turn you guys down too, don't worry. This guy's lasting surprisingly long. Longer than he should. I don't know what's going on. But we got to get this down here. Use RCS to get it nice and close. 1.7. That's good enough for me. Okay, now. Oh, he is burning the fuel from these guys. Yikes. Okay, we're going to ditch this now. There's nothing in here that we want. That is correct. I don't know how that happened. There's a docking port here, or a decoupler here. Oh well, let's go ahead and ditch it. Let's hit F5 because that scares me when you hit spacebar and nothing happens. There we go. We don't want this anymore. We want this. Now. Yeah, this is horrible. I need to figure out who is decoupling first. These guys are decoupling first. So they need to go out into these guys here. Oh, these guys are all set to balance. I wonder if that's part of what it was. Oh, actually, you know what? I can set these guys to 8. And these guys to 7. Yeah, so we've already burned up a lot of the fuel. This is bad. But okay, these guys are out of fuel. These guys are out of fuel. And they're the next thing to go. No, they're not. These guys are the next to go. Which is actually the way I had it set up. So let's make these guys 8. Glad I checked that before I did anything. Okay, these guys are almost full. Whew. Okay, I'm going to turn off the pumping and stuff. Not that it matters anymore. We are stuck here with 1,700 meters per second. This upcoming burn that we haven't planned yet, although we're almost there. To meet up with this guy, we are talking somewhere in the vicinity of 678 meters per second, which is going to leave us a little over $1,000. These guys, after they meet up with this thing, might die in space. All because I didn't realize that fuel was pumping through this guy. That's super annoying. That should not have happened. And I don't know why it happened. But there's nothing I can do about it because it happened. So one thing we can do, we can use RCS to help us thrust. Not only will it help us thrust, but it'll use up RCS. If we can get these guys out to another planet, like Lathe or something, we could actually land them possibly on Lathe, although I don't know how this thing would land on Lathe without any parachutes. Never mind. It does have a heat shield. Close the alarm and unpause. Yes. Yeah, and it doesn't have a docking port or anything. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. You had so much meters per second, but it all drained away. It's because I had these guys turned on to pump, but that couldn't have been because they would have pumped out. Maybe it's just because they were on or something. I don't know. I'm sure I screwed something up. What do we got? 2 minutes and a half. It wouldn't be a HMV plays Kerbal Space Program without some major screw up. Oh my god, I just realized there's the monolith. I did not realize. Whoa, crazy time. Let's slow down our time warp here. I did not realize that this was the encounter burn. That is hilarious. We're 3.2 kilometers away, and it is freaking huge. I knew it was freaking huge, but holy cow, it's freaking huge. We don't need this maneuver node anymore. We're just going to come to a stop. There we go. We are 3.3 kilometers away. What do we have to do? Investigate the monolith. Discovery 1. Return home. They have to return home. Investigate the situation. Does that mean get closer than we are? I'm going to assume that means get closer than we are. Let's get heading at this thing at about 5 meters per second here. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what investigate the situation means. I got nothing. I also don't know if we go at it not in time warp. If we go at it in time warp, we might like warp through the thing. But I'd like to get into sunlight, although I don't think sunlight's going to help. Yeah, it is the monolith. It's pitch frickin' black. And it is not full of stars. We are less than a kilometer from it. I have no idea if we have investigated the situation yet. I kind of wish it said, like, get within 500 meters or something. Is this the... No, see, you're in the lander can. Transfer to here. Let's go ahead and IVAU. Oh, look, you can see the monolith cutting off the Jewel over there. That is crazy. Okay, we are almost 500 meters away. Let's see if this turns green. It did not. I'm going to hit F5 because we're going to bump into this thing. And if that makes us explode, I'm going to call shenanigans. Because I wouldn't do it normally. I'm only doing it because I'm worried about this investigate the situation. Maybe we need it. You know what we might need to do? Let's get our scientists out here. Aha! Oh, wait, you can take an EVA report. Go ahead and keep that. Uh-oh. Oh my god! What the heck just happened? Is that Drez? No. What is... Oh my god. Is this part of the mission? Is this part of the mission? This has got to be part of the mission. Part of the contract. See, I have music turned off. I wonder if it would be playing the... my god. And is the monolith gone? Approach within 20 kilometers of the unknown object. And now we have to return home. Oh my god. I think I just lost a Kerbal. That was absolutely awesome. And now the monolith's gone. Oh, sadly, we have to return home. I don't think we can. Let's see what it's going to take to get to Lathe. It's going to take... Yeah, it takes more meters per second than we have to get to Lathe. So... You are going to sit there, and we're going to send a recovery mission, because I want this $1.3 million. I cannot believe that. I think we just killed a Kerbal. What the heck does the contract say? Let's close this window. Close this window. A star gem is born. And so it was that Bleeblow Kerman became an immortal being known as the Star Gem. After the Star Gem's transcendence, the jewel monolith disappeared. No one knows if it will ever reappear. As for the Star Gem, they have the ability to advance Kerbal science and the Kerbal space program to great new heights. However, they've done absolutely nothing. In fact, rumor has it that the Star Gem hasn't even called their mother. Oh my god, that was absolutely awesome. Oh, I need to delete. There we go. That was fantastic. Kudos. Major kudos to you. I think we're going to end this here. We need to come up with a rescue mission. I kind of wish I had planned for ISRU out here now. But yeah, we're going to have to come out here with somebody who's going to Pole to set up an ISRU and has a claw and a lot of food to save Gene, who's by himself now, with... Let's see how much food he has. Gene has 4 years. So basically the amount of time it's going to take to get out here is the amount of food Gene has. So Gene's in trouble. Let's just say that. Gene's in trouble. Although, you know, 2 people went through just this amount. So maybe Gene's not in trouble. Maybe it takes less time than I think it does to get out here. But, actually, yeah, 2 years. 2.5 years it takes to get out to Jewel. So we can, we have time, in other words, to get out here to feed Gene before he runs out of food. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV and I will, as always, talk at you later.